The Diatone, I honestly have no idea what it's even called. So I bet you've probably seen some advertising for the new little Diatone things. And T-Motor has even taken these and rebranded them as a T-Motor quad. Now, the one I have here is the 2-inch version. There are a number of other versions. There's one that has a plastic frame with prop guards that the frame is supposed to be unbreakable. The top of this is made from that plastic. This one that I got is carbon. And the reason why I have the 2-inch one, 2-inch is not a particularly good size, prop size for things like this, these little tiny things, because it's just not that effective. When you get up to 2.5 inches, it gets a whole lot better for various reasons. But the reason why I got the 2-inch version is because it's very, very close to the same size as a typical whoop. And so the price of this thing is also about the same as a typical whoop. So there's a lot of options we have right now, but first let's take a look at this thing. So Diatone is a company that they have at least some people that know what they're doing, and they produce things that are really interesting and really neat and clean. So one thing that you'll notice about Diatone products is that, or Ready to Fly or whatever products, is that their builds are really, really neat and nice and super clean. Of course, this one has been rummaged around through the grass and various other places, so it's not as clean as it once was. But if you look at the build, the construction, I mean, look how the motors are wired in. The motors are wrapped around, wired in, super clean, super nice. The motors are 1105 motors, 5500 kV, so they're good for a 3S. It will run 4S as well. However, I think it's best on like a 3S 450 or 500 milliamp battery. You probably go up to 600 milliamps as well. The quad performs perfectly fine. It's not particularly my taste. I'm not a fan of 2-inch. Again, I said I only got this size to compare it against the Whoop. And comparing it against the Whoop, it does weigh a whole lot more, and it is a whole lot more powerful, so you're definitely not going to be flying this thing indoors. Outdoors, it performs fine. It's not the speediest of quads, but it does perform fine. And something I would note is that this isn't a very light quad. It weighs like 150, 100 grams, whatever, well above 100 grams all up weight. So it has some heft to it, and it's also pretty darn fast. So it does have the ability to hurt people, to harm things, to, cause trouble. It also makes a good amount of noise as well. It's something that would would annoy people, and you would get asked not to fly if you're flying around areas with people in it. Of course, because it's so small and tiny and light, you can fly it more places than a full 5-inch, but it doesn't have the same performance. And if you're flying it in a larger outdoor environment, it's just not all that fun because you don't have the ability to cover ground as quickly as you want. So the real reason why I'm showing you this and I'm talking about this is because we have a lot of choices now, starting from the Whoops that came out a while ago, which were the Snapper 65 and then the US UR 65, U whatever 65s, and then we had the Snapper 7, and then we had the Mobula, which is what I have here, the Mobula 7. These are all about the same price, and so you have to decide yourself which one is a better value, which one do you actually want. Well, they're kind of for very different things, but if you consider that this quad, any of the variants in the 2-inch, 2.5-inch, they also have a 3, 4, and 5-inch as well, any of the variants in that size category is about the same price. It's like $5 or $10 more. You're getting a full-blown quad with a full camera, full CCD camera, you're getting a full stack, you're getting a board that can take 4S, you're getting 4 real motors, you're getting a real quad for the same money as getting a little toy Whoop. But again, you got to ask yourself what you want. Now, that's pretty much all I'm going to say about this thing. While I'm on this category, I should show you guys this. So this is the new Emax kit, the Tiny Hawk kit, and this is what I've been waiting for because this is quite possibly the very best beginner kit for somebody because it's $160 or $165 and it comes with everything, including this case, which is pretty impressive for that incredible price. So let's open this up. I'm not going to do a full review. I'm going to do another review on this later, but I'm just going to show you all the parts. When you look inside, you see it comes with goggles. It is a box goggle, but I have used it and tried it. It's not that bad. It's definitely usable. The battery I hugely appreciate because it has one 18650 cell inside, and then you get the Tiny Hawk, of course, and you get a controller. a controller that actually feels pretty good for thumbing and pinching. I was really surprised to find. As well as a charger, which they updated. They updated this charger that can charge a bunch of batteries at the same time at a 0.6 amp rate, which is the faster rate from a USB port. So again, you got lots of choices now. And the choice is yours, really. Which one would you prefer? Do you want a real quad? Do you want a whoop quad? Do you want a whoop quad that you transfer onto a frame for an outdoor quad? Do you want a whole kit quad? Or do you want a tiny hawk? Well, up to you. But I have a really, really fun video coming tomorrow. I think tomorrow.